Go.
Go.
Greetings, cardboard architects, and welcome to episode 18 of Command Tower, a video series about Magic the Gathering Commander. In this video, we're going to break down the biggest Commander tournament on the face of the planet to date.
Greetings, cardboard architects, and welcome to this special edition of Command Tower. I've got a special treat for you today. I've got Queen of Festivities, Amélie, with me, and she's with her husband and level 2 judge, Pierre-Jean. I'm really excited to talk to you about this tournament. This is a tournament that recently happened, the largest Commander tournament in the world to date. This was a 180-player Duel Commander tournament that happened in Rouen, France. So you may not, or perhaps especially here in the States, you may not have ever expected Commander to get this popular in a competitive sense, but in France, the Commander format is going in a little bit different direction. And regardless of whether you like that direction or not, it's great to see such a large rallying around this format. So Amélie, you organized this tournament, and of course, hats off to you for doing such a great job. I wasn't there, so I can't speak from direct experience, but 180 players is a pretty awesome turnout. Can you tell us your history with Magic the Gathering, and I guess sort of what draws you to the Commander format in particular?
Yeah, I have been playing Magic
about 10 years ago.
Yes.
Okay.
And I played Commander since 3, 4.
8 years.
Yes, yeah.
About 8 years, yes.
Yeah.
That's a long time. I've been playing for maybe like 4, I think. So you got me beat.
So, Duel Commander exists in France for a long, long time, and I have begun it quite as soon as it exists in France, and my wife too.
I see. So you've been with it since the origin.
Okay.
Very good. Go ahead, Pierre-Jean.
Yes, I want to say that our history in Magic, we manage an association in Rouen for about 5 years, and we are really well known in our community, and as we are tournament organizer for a few years, we are pretty well known in France, and our tournament is the biggest of the world, as you say.
Yeah.
And we start to be known in other countries. A few people contact us from Belgium.
Yeah.
You contact us from USA, so we start to be known all the world wide.
That's wonderful. That's excellent. So are you an organization of all judges, or how many people are you in this organization that puts on the Commander tournaments?
Yeah, 2.
2? Just you 2?
Yes.
We are only 2 to organize this kind of tournament. We have a lot of staff with us for the day to help us in the catering, in scorekeeping, judges. But to organize our report of organization, we are only 2.
Great. That's incredible. Amélie, what draws you to Commander in particular over other formats like, say, Legacy or Standard?
The Commander format is very difficult to play because the undercards different. It's very interesting. It's most difficult, I think.
Mhm.
With a deck with
That's okay.
100 card different, games are not the same as the precedent, the next game.
Absolutely.
Game are really different. So even if we have played our deck for a few years, we can be surprised of something we haven't seen anymore. We haven't seen yet.
Absolutely. And that might be the most interesting thing about this format is because your deck is so big and no two cards are alike, you get that different experience game after game. Even going on for 5 and 6 years, like you say, that's speaks to how awesome this format is. Another thing about that is that it requires a lot more thought when you're building your deck, wouldn't you say? Versus a format where it's 4 ofs. I think that you have to put more thought into your deck when it's only one of each card and there are 100 of them.
Yes, it's with all card in single card. It's really hard to optimize the deck. A combo deck is really hard to build. For control, there is a lot of printer spells, so it's quite easy, but it's quite difficult to play because we can't know what we will draw and in what plan, what strategy we can go.
Right. What you're saying about the combo decks makes a lot of sense because combo decks are usually based on redundancy and having to pick and choose individual cards to try to make your deck do the same thing every game could be a real challenge.
Yes.
What gave you the idea to put on this tournament?
The idea of this tournament began with a lot of players in our community that want to play Duel Commander. In Rouen, it is the most popular format, and it became almost popular because of our tournament. But we have a big community of Duel Commander, and this was player which asked us to organize a big tournament.
Great. So the people spoke. So the people spoke.
Yes.
Excellent.
The first we have organized, we are only 62 people. That is not bad.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Yeah. It was with only 3 people more, we can be the biggest Duel Commander tournament, but we are only 62, not 65, and now we beat the world records.
Yeah, so it kind of exploded.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful. How did you guys feel the tournament went overall?
Excuse me, I don't understand.
How did the tournament go? How did the players like it? Did they have a good time?
Yeah, people are really happy to be here because the gifts are really high level. The catering is quite good. Players were really happy of coverage.
Great.
And a lot of people come to a tournament just to play, not to have gifts, not because they are not high level people, but they know that if they come to us, they can have a really nice day.
Yeah.
And have fun in all their games.
Great. So along those lines, what was the general air or the mood of the tournament? I guess was it more towards a cutthroat sort of atmosphere, or was it more casual?
At the beginning of the tournament, the aura is quite casual. Player begin their first round for fun, and when the tournament on each round, we can see that high level table become more and more competitive.
Sure.
And the tournament is quite big, so we have divided it in two rooms, and the low level table in the other room. We can see people laughing in their game. They are very casual and fun aura.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, sounds like it went great. I guess if I were to put on a tournament, that's exactly what I would want, is everyone having a good time, but down to the wire, I would want there to be some fierce action too.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I wanted to ask you about the finals. Which two decks faced off in the championship, and either Amélie or Pierre-Jean? I'm not sure if, I imagine you guys saw the championship match. Can you speak to that and tell me how the match went and who won?
In the final, Mundus is somebody we see really often in the final, and we win a lot of tournaments last year.
Oh wow. Moondust, is this his nickname online?
Yes.
I see.
Mundust is the one who win our tournament, and it was it's 15 win this year for Duel Commander.
Impressive. What deck was he playing?
In the our tournament, he played Yisan. I don't know.
Wow.
Yisan, the Wanderer Bar.
Yeah. Wow, that's great. I wouldn't, personally, I would never have expected Yisan to be so strong, so that's surprising to me to hear.
Yeah, but he is a really good player, and in his 15 win, he played on each game another on each tournament he played another commander. So he win with Yisan, but he have won with Guest, he have won with Anafenza,
Okay.
and a lot of other general.
Okay. And who was his fierce opponent?
His opponent play Marath, Wheel of the Wild.
Aha.
It was a quite good player. I played this tournament and I challenge these people in the 5th round, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
Round 5. Yes. And the game was really difficult, and he wins the game. So yeah, I can see it was a really good player. But I don't know him more.
Great. It sounds like the best men made it to the top.
Yes.
Were there any prizes for the winners, or I know you said that before the players just come to play and have a good time, but was there any prize structure?
The winner have honor 1C Blackbird, and
I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you said, Amélie.
The winner have Undergrassy Blackboard. The second one have
Liliana of the Veil.
Liliana of the Veil DCE.
Okay,
And Ravages of War.
great.
For player 3 and 4, I can't remember.
Tout noir.
It was a Tout Noir.
Yes. And for the player 5 at 8, we have Jace, the main scooter, and Politic Delta in the Carnage edition.
And Slow.
Great.
And for other people, each people will have only two loots during the tournament.
Yeah,
They have a voucher of 15 euros.
Mhm.
That is the price of registration.
No.
And they can spend this voucher to the shop we have in the tournament,
Mhm.
or to drawers. I don't know the word in English, but people which paint on card
Mhm.
to make a painting on their card.
Very good.
And for all people, we are not in prices. We have a deck box gift by Ultimate War. In this deck box, we have put a few cards. We have put
One legendary creature.
one legendary creature, then 1 to 6 cards, other cards, which are quite. Some are only €1 cards, some are big cards, and 15 euros.
Yeah, it's quite a few prizes. That's a nice compliment in addition to just having the good experience of the tournament. So moving on, I noticed that you guys had recorded a video stream, and I thought this was incredible. You had a couple announcers on there talking about the games. Absolutely incredible. Can you talk about that video stream, and are you thinking about having a live video stream in the future so that viewers like me in the States can check out your awesome tournaments?
For the video stream, we want to do it this time because few people tell us that they want to come in our tournament, but they live so far that they can't. And
Right.
coverage become popular in Magic community. So we think that if we have a lot of people and we can do a coverage for our tournament
Mhm.
to become most popular.
Sure, it's a lot of work.
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, I was happy to see that. I thought that was really awesome.
If you have seen the coverage, you can see me on the round 4 with Anima.
Oh, are you one of the announcers?
Yes.
Oh, great.
I play with Anima in round 4 in the coverage. But I have a big bird.
Okay. All right, I'll look for you. Apparently you've shaven since then.
Excuse me?
Apparently you've shaved since then.
I peeled this morning.
Ah,
I cut my barb this morning because
yeah.
it's really hot in France this week, and my parents make me warm.
All right, well, moving on, I just have a few more questions for you guys. Thanks for sticking around with me and chatting about this tournament. Amélie, I'm going to kick it back to you here with this question. kind of an obvious question to start, but maybe you can give us your take. What do you think are the differences between Duel Commander and multiplayer Commander? On my YouTube channel, I feature mostly multiplayer games, and this is my experience of the game and how I play it. How do you think it differs from the Duel Commander format? Yeah.
Okay. Personally, I think the multiplayer commander is so boring.
Boring?
Yes.
Come on.
So long.
Too slow? Okay.
It's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But my husband likes this format.
Aha.
Yes, I like Duel Commander and multiplayer Commander. This format are quite different, but I have some deck for Duel Commander, some deck for multiplayer. And it's a good way to pass to have a nice night with friends.
Yeah, and you might pass the whole night with a single game.
I like playing 2 versus 2. I don't know.
2-Edge Giant.
Yes.
Yeah.
2-Edge Giant Commander.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I happen to like the fact that multiplayer Commander games are so drawn out. As long as the players are interacting and stuff is happening, I'll enjoy sitting down and playing a 3-hour game of Magic.
In France, Duel Commander is really famous.
Right.
Giant it become popular, but multiplayer Commander is quite
It's just for fun.
just for fun. Player when there are really a few players on the table, they prefer playing 2-Edge Giant Commander than multiplayer.
Have you ever considered, or have you ever seen in France these point sheets that are used, where for multiplayer Magic, where if you do something like put more than 4 lands on the battlefield in a turn, you get points. We have these point systems in the US. I think it's a way of trying to make multiplayer Commander a little bit more sort of competitive and to try to draw people towards it more in the game shop. Do they have stuff like that in France or not?
No, not really.
Okay. Yeah, right on. Okay, just a couple more questions for you guys. I wanted to ask you, it sounds like, and especially at the end of the tournament, the Duel Commander format was getting more cutthroat. I wanted to ask you about combos and land destruction. Are these type of decks frowned on? Or is it just kind of all out, do whatever you can to beat the snot out of your opponent?
We don't have really long destruction deck. We have many.
So it's just not very competitive.
No.
I see.
One or two deck try to destroy land, but it's not really efficient.
I see.
But in last month, the ban list, the French ban list, unban Crucible of the Worlds.
Okay.
Crucible of, and
Well, that doesn't help with the land destruction decks.
which permit to some deck, some land destruction deck to appear. But in our tournament, we can see that it's not really a good deck.
But Crucible of Worlds can also help your opponent out if you're trying to go with the land destruction strategy?
Crucible is really
if you're playing against a land destruction deck and your opponent is destroying your lands, you can put them back into play with Crucible of Worlds and sort of negate their strategy.
Yes, yes. But as a long destruction deck is not really popular, player which plays this card play it only to destroy the land with Wasteland, Ghost Quarter, and so on.
I see.
Not to become their land back on the game.
Mm-hmm. I gotcha. And then on the topic of combo decks, of course, you said, was it a combo deck or a control deck that won the tournament? Which did you say?
In our tournament, there is about 42% of control deck.
Okay. Wow.
About 35% of combo deck.
Okay.
And other deck are aggro.
Okay. So to answer my question, it sounds like anything goes, but land destruction's not quite good enough, and combo is super popular. And you mentioned the control decks, such a high turnout, 42% control decks. I think this is a big difference between multiplayer Commander and Duel Commander. I don't think control decks are really viable. In my experience, they haven't been viable in multiplayer Magic, just because it's nearly impossible to control 3 or 4 other players at the table. Whereas, of course, in Duel Commander player, you can focus your resources and efforts on one player, making the control decks more viable. Like you said, 42%.
In France, we have a big difference as well between control and combo. In Duel Commander, there is a lot of control because you have only one opponent.
Correct.
In multiplayer, it's quite hard because as you say, you can't control few opponents.
Yeah, and you won't make friends either. That makes things harder.
Yes, but with combo, when I play a multiplayer, I avoid to play a combo deck because my opponents know me and they know that if
they mill you. What did you say? Mill you?
When I play multiplayer, I play it only with friends because there is no tournament in multiplayer Commander. So
right.
All my friends know that if I'm not dead in turn 5, they are all dead.
Wow, man! I'm not sure I'd want to play with you. That's a pretty harsh deck, man.
I want to play combo in multiplayer because it's quite hard, and you are target number 1 if you start your combo.
Yeah, if you brought that kind of deck into some of my play groups, you'd definitely run into some friction. They'd be trying to counter your stuff, and you'd have about 4 players on your back.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, thanks for talking with me, guys. I was glad to hear about this tournament and chat about Commander today. Is there anything else, Amélie, that you wanted to say about the tournament or anything else?
Perhaps the moment was the most exciting for me. In the moment when our
pre-registration.
Which one is it? Which card?
No.
When the most exciting moment.
Oh, player registration.
Is when pre-registration.
Yeah.
Outweigh our previous record.
Yeah.
We have done the next record of appearance. No, after that, of presence. We have the last record, and when pre-registration hit our own record, it was a really exciting moment.
Yeah, that is exciting. That's great.
For all judge and the scorekeeper, when the scorekeeper shouts in the room, "Hey, we have beat the record!" Oh yeah! It was a really good moment.
Excellent. Yeah, 180 players, incredible turnout. I'm glad that France has you guys over there to put together this type of tournament and foster a community around this fun format. So thanks for talking with me today, guys. As for you viewers on my channel, you know that you can check me out on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. I've got some other interesting content on there. We've got crazy Commander combo interactions. We've got gameplay videos, as you know, and deck interviews with players to give you ideas for your own decks. So check out the channel and the social media pages for more stuff like this. And thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I'll see you.
Thanks a lot.